Welcome to season 7, episode 8 of the Film Bros Championship Podcast. I am Tim. With me is my co-host Patrick. How you doing, buddy?
I swear I'm hotter than a goat in China.
Yeah, that was one of the few lines that made me laugh. What is this movie?
It's fascinating, isn't it?
I got to admit, right? Because my last note was, what the is this movie? Was my final note when it whirled the credits, and I agree though. At the same time, it's just so interesting. And then I went back and I watched the trailer.
Oh yeah,
and I'm like, they advertised this as a rom-com.
Mm.
The way they put the trailer together, I'm like, I can see some of these lines being funnier. The way they do the way they cut it together in the trailer.
Right.
It's like, but it doesn't land like that in the movie.
A lot of missed jokes. Yeah, not that well.
Yeah. And like, this is just man, fascinating. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. It's something else.
Times have certainly changed since 1998.
Yeah.
This movie would have been, if they tried to make this movie today, the outcry.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to be fair, I feel like there was sort of a backlash to Chasing Amy, right?
True. It's a good point.
Yeah. And so this movie, is only like a year later?
I feel like Chasing Amy was more celebrated than controversial, though. I mean,
you might be right.
Became more
it might
controversial
be more of an
later on.
afterthought. Yeah. Like later on. Like in the moment, I think everybody loved Chasing Amy. And I still love Chasing Amy. But then it got some backlash, I think, probably in retrospect later on. It's weird in this movie because as the movie's kind of progressing, I'm like, wait a minute, what are they trying to do?
There are definitely times where I just had to pause the movie, get up, take my dog for a walk. I need a break. Because what the hell? And then, yeah.
By the way, I don't think you saw the object of Object of My Affection.
I don't think it's a bad movie.
I think it's a bad watchable. Rom-com. Yeah,
I think it doesn't work as a rom-com. I don't think it's a bad movie though.
It's weirdly again billed as a rom-com.
Right. First time watch for both of us.
Yeah. Yes, definitely a first time watch. Yeah.
Yeah, this was recommended to me by my girlfriend. It's just like, I need you to see this movie because she says it's bonkers.
It is. She's right about that.
100%.
It's a nutty movie. and not in like a nutty, this is so surreal, like comedy kind of thing. Like it is just like, this is just a fascinating attempt at something.
And there was another movie that kind of like this with Madonna and Rupert Everett. Do you remember? It was like The Next Best Thing.
Oh, really? No,
Yeah, where they get drunk and they're like, gay best friend, probably Rupert Everett and Madonna, and they get drunk and have sex, and then she says she's pregnant, and it's this. Of course, later on in the movie, we find out it's not. But they try to do the exact same thing. And I think this movie does it more successfully.
Okay.
But it's still just we were still just trying to we're still trying to come to terms with, being out and proud and being accepting.
Right.
We haven't quite gotten our minds around it, I guess, in 1998. Yeah. We don't even get gay marriage for another decade plus.
Right.
So, yeah.
It's just super weird, and there's definitely a few moments of this movie that I'm like, I'm so uncomfortable with this, and not any of the gay stuff or anything like that. If anything, it's the stuff between our two leads that are just sometimes like, this is just not.
I'm watching this and I'm like, this feels offensive to gay people. As I'm watching, I'm like, I don't. No, this would not fly.
Yeah, they never quite fully go there, but then there's moments oh, you're clearly intimating that though, right? That like he could simply just go the other way or something, and it's just this is there's that one moment too where they become kind of romantic, sexual way, and you're just like,
right,
this is a weird scene.
Yeah, we'll get into all that.
Yeah.
So yeah, we should just start off and get through the
Yeah,
categories and
let's
everything.
go
We'll
into
see if
it.
we can
We'll
get
do a basic
else.
plot, I guess, but we kind of already said it.
Yeah, a pregnant New York City social worker begins to develop romantic feelings for her gay best friend and
Yeah,
decides she'd rather raise her child with him, much to the dismay of her overbearing boyfriend.
poor Vince. Yeah,
Yeah, I gotta, right off the top, I gotta ask you, were you
yeah,
fascinated? Do you think the guy who produced this movie,
yeah.
this movie was distributed by 20th Century Fox. I didn't look up who the actual producer is because I didn't care enough about the movie.
Okay.
But whoever watched this movie must have been a huge NBC fan. Just like loved the
Yeah,
comedy lineups of NBC.
bring them all in.
Because we got Jennifer Aniston, of course, star of
Right.
Friends.
Is
Paul
this
Rudd,
is this post Paul Rudd being on Friends?
no, will appear on Friends in about 4 years. I wouldn't check
Okay.
that
Okay.
out. Tim Daly, just fresh off of his run on Wings. Uh,
Classic.
yes, it is a classic.
Superman
Respect
himself.
Wings. The voice of Superman. Yes. You have Alan Alda will appear on The West Wing. Allison Janney, of course, starred in every season of The West Wing. Won a couple Emmys
Right.
of it too.
Yep.
There's other people I'm forgetting, but I'm like,
The
oh,
two of them, by the way, I will get into it, are doing a lot of heavy lifting in this movie.
who Alan Alda and Allison Janney?
Yeah.
Yeah, they are providing all the comedy. Oh, John Pankow playing Vince was
Yep.
on Mad About You,
Yeah.
also NBC. Steve Zahn would
Yep.
had I think or around this time will appear on Friends as Phoebe's no, I think a boyfriend of Phoebe.
Okay. It's been a while since I've done a Friends rewatch,
Yeah,
right? So I
it
don't know.
certainly has.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, he wasn't the brother. It was Giovanni Ribisi was her brother. But
Yeah.
still,
Okay.
lots NBC, NBC, NBC. It's like holy, either was or will be on NBC.
I mean, this is like peak NBC era, right? Like you
True
like they
enough.
were killing it with their was it Thursday night lineup? It was pretty
Thursday,
stacked.
Tuesday,
Yeah.
Frasier took him a while before he even got into Thursday. Uh,
Yeah.
it's it was an embarrassment of riches.
Yeah. For sure.
They were
So I
the
guess that
second
makes
best of their
sense if
day,
you're
except they were actually funny.
right.
Anyway, so let's get into our leads.
Yeah. Sure.
Our leads are George Hansen, played by Paul Rudd, and Nina
Yep.
Borowski, played by Jennifer Aniston. George is a much loved first grade teacher at the prestigious Brinkley School, and he
Yeah.
begins the movie in a forward relationship with his boyfriend, Dr. Robert Jolie. Tim has teacher thoughts right off the bat.
No, I guess my biggest thought, right? So he is a first grade
First grade
teacher?
teacher, yes,
Okay.
producing
Um,
full on musicals.
full-on musicals
Yeah,
that apparently are the talk of the freaking town. Like the amount of compliments this guy is getting from like people he doesn't know, don't have kids at the school, are like, "Oh yeah, I heard about it. I want to see it." It's like, "What is this?" It's like he's like he's got to play on Broadway or something. The how people are talking to him is like, "What is
did
this?"
it offend you as a human being, or did it offend you as a teacher? Because no teacher's ever been disrespected in the history of the world. No.
It was in so many ways. I mean, there's that whole like conversation where Vince starts talking about public schools, and he's
Yeah.
just like, "No, I want to be in my private school," and just like,
He's like, why don't you work at home? Like, because I got a job at the Brinkley School. Yeah.
yeah. And so that was a little upsetting, that part, but
Well, didn't he say he was in the low six figures as a first grade teacher?
yeah, I think so.
So he's doing very well for himself.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy that he needs to share an apartment at all at that point in New York City, 1998.
Yeah, it sounds like he hasn't really had to at all.
Maybe he's got a lot of loans. I don't know,
Because it
but
sounds like yeah, maybe because yeah, he was living with the boyfriend as you mentioned to start the movie.
yes, Dr. Robert Jolie.
Yes.
And we'll get into him later.
Yep.
Nina is a social worker at a local community center in Brooklyn. She's currently dating a penniless public defender named, excuse me, Vince.
But she's got a pretty nice apartment.
Huge. It's not quite the size of Friends huge,
Right.
but like her meeting place in the community center is about the size of the apartment in Friends.
Yeah. And she's
Awesome.
in what, Brooklyn? Is that where she's at, I think?
Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Before it got really trendy.
Yeah. Yeah. They're like talking about like, is this a safe neighborhood or whatever? Like she gives them like a whole spiel about where to go and all that kind of stuff, which I was like, this is interesting.
Well, this is Rudy Giuliani's New York City, so it's all in a safe neighborhood.
Yeah, sure.
Um,
uh
So yeah, I don't know what to think about either of these people.
Yeah, I can see that
I like both of these actors.
very much.
I
They're
don't
very
think
good.
either one was quite ready to handle this kind of layered role yet in their career.
Sure.
I mean, they're still likable enough, but when they are asked to do like the more dramatic stuff, it felt they're both like overacting in all this, and there is not a lot of subtlety going on.
Yeah, I can kind of see that. I don't know if it's necessarily them or is it the writing or the directing? I don't know.
Oh wait, none of it helps.
Yeah, it might be a perfect collision of all of it. I'd imagine it could be a lot worse with other actors, right? They both do have some sort of already natural charisma ability, right? So it's
Yeah,
not like
absolutely.
it's like bad by any means, but
No,
it's I almost put it more on the writing because some of these like decisions and some of the lines, it's just like sometimes it's just hard to completely like them.
right.
Uh,
This is what like I think if we asked them to do these parts today, they would knock it out of the park. I just
right.
don't think they were ready yet at this point in their
Yeah.
career. Like
Maybe.
you watch like I don't know, you watch like an episode of Star Trek, right?
Right.
Okay, and you'll watch like Leonard Nimoy, who was a very great actor, be able to deliver absolute nonsense dialogue very believably.
Right.
And then you look at Shatner, and it's like,
Yeah.
sometimes.
Sometimes.
So, it's like that. It depends. So when you have the goods, when you're there,
Right.
you can knock it out of the park. When you're not there, it's just like, oh, okay, yeah, I see the bad writing. I can, yeah, you can't,
Yeah, I get what you're
you're not
saying. Some
nailing
people can
this.
elevate the writing and they're
Yeah.
not quite able to elevate the writing. So I get that. I get that point. Yeah, and I agree. And it's but like even like the start, right? You're like I'm not quite sure why George is with this guy.
Oh my.
He's
Okay.
he's well, I mean, I don't want to make it about
I
Dr.
know.
Jolie yet,
This
but we
fucking
can
guy.
make it about George, because like clearly the guy he's with is like a complete tool.
I don't
And
understand George's taste in men whatsoever. Because, like, yeah,
yeah,
the first guy he's with, awful.
yeah,
Just
clearly a
like,
selfish guy, thinks really only
he,
about
he,
himself,
he must
and
just give incredible dick. That's all I can think
right,
of.
right, right.
And then
Very
who he
handsome
and
man.
Tim Daly's a very handsome man. There's no doubt about it. But like
Yeah,
with the guy he ends up with, I'm like,
yeah,
this guy's a nothing. There's nothing
yeah.
there.
I feel like you're gonna have to be that play is bad, maybe not some great acting there. You're gonna be the role reversal here almost, of you him being in your apartment and you know what I mean, you're gonna be the successful one kind of deal.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. You're gonna be the
Yeah.
breadwinner
And
in this
he
relationship.
seems younger too, than Paul
Yeah,
Rudd.
I
That's
didn't
the
look up his age. That's a good point.
I
I
didn't
didn't think
look it
about
up
that.
either. Just visually he kind of seemed younger than
Paul
him.
Rudd is like
So
28 years old in this, by the way.
yeah. Yeah. So I don't know.
You know
It's
who's 30 years old in this?
oh,
Steve Zahn playing his younger brother.
I thought that was interesting. Him
Right?
playing the younger brother. I
I
mean,
was like,
I guess he just kind of has a young
I
face too, but yeah.
Zahn looks like the younger brother in this movie.
Yeah. Yeah, he
I was
does.
stunned when I looked up the age. Like, oh shit, he's 2 years older. Wow. Good
Yeah.
for you. Wow. All right. Maybe Paul Rudd like drank his blood or something to I don't
Right.
know.
Yeah. So it's
Uh,
like, so George, I don't know. It's just like there's some decisions he makes that you're just like, come on, man, and how he clearly needs to let go and won't, and she clearly needs to let go and no, and won't, and people are basically yelling at them because it's really freaking obvious, and they still are holding on, and she
yeah,
obviously has some questionable decisions. Like, man, you keep this Vince guy around, and you clearly don't like him. Like, it's very obvious you don't like him.
she has this very progressive mindset of like, go with the flow. I don't need to, march to anyone else's drum beat. I'm, you
Yeah,
know, you don't tell me what to do. Um,
right.
it might have been interesting to go into a little bit more like her background whatsoever, but
Yeah,
we really don't. We
they
know that she
don't.
had a father who married a woman because he thought it would be good for her, and so she's very scared about marrying the wrong person.
Right.
Guess they had an unhappy marriage, but that was just implied. We never really.
Yeah, we don't really know. She seems to
Um,
somewhat have an interesting
we,
relationship with her stepsister too, but
who takes on like a motherly figure with her,
yeah,
which
because she's
drives her
clearly
insane.
older,
Yes.
like a lot older.
Okay. All right. He's down. It's like about 10 years.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, she's aged well, by the way.
Allison Janney?
Yeah,
Yes. Another incredible actress.
very much agreed. Um, so yeah, I guess they're just really hard, even with really good
Yeah.
actors that are very
Exactly
likable.
10
It's
years. Look
it's
at that.
really hard to find them likable. It's really hard to like you're not cheering on this relationship because it's
No,
just
in fact, you're just like, no,
yeah, please
no, no,
stop
no, no, no,
all of
no.
this. Yeah,
Honestly, it's so relieving later on when the stepsister Constance is yelling, he's gay. And I'm like,
yeah,
exactly.
yeah. Well, yeah, I like the line where it's like, what was it? It was, uh, you know, traditionally, like you eventually end up just being friends in relationships. So what's the difference or what's the point with George? And she's like, yeah, that's how you end. There's this whole beginning part that you will never have
Yeah.
because he is gay. Like,
Yes.
yeah. And so and then again, where they all of a sudden bring in this like, are they going to sexually do something with each other? Was just really just like weird because he doesn't seem confused by his sexuality at all. So it was just a weird moment.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, he is very steadily, happily gay. So,
Yeah,
and when we first meet him, so I don't know. Maybe it's just like, well, maybe like the audience is supposed to think exactly like her boyfriend, Vince at the time. Like,
right,
okay, but it's Jennifer Aniston. She
right,
can she could theoretically even turn a gay man. And I'm like, I don't think that's how it works. But
right. Yeah. It's I don't know. Like it's just I guess because clearly they like each other so much and I guess they're I don't know, confusing
they
things.
definitely
I
have
don't know. It's just
chemistry and everything
yeah,
like
they
that.
do.
They play a couple in on Wanderlust a few years later.
Right.
But yeah, I like the actors.
Right.
Um, I don't love what they're doing here, but they're
Yeah.
not a train wreck. So I gave it like a 2.5.
I gave it a 2.
All
So
right.
half point difference, yeah.
Yeah. Um, let's get into the most confusing category.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of stepped on it here a
Yeah, I
little
bet.
bit
Yeah.
with the romance here. But yeah, it is troublesome.
So it's fascinating because it follows almost it's like rom-com. They have a meet cute at
Right.
the dinner party,
Yep.
and like Nina lets it slip that his boyfriend uh, told her that he's going to be looking for a new place to live soon. George will be,
Yeah.
and he's like, "News to me, I'm living with him." Uh,
Yeah.
and so out of like, I guess he had zero options because his brother has a new fiance every other week.
Yeah.
Uh, and at short notice, he just moves in with this girl he met at the dinner party
Yeah.
very briefly.
Just met. Yeah.
Yeah.
Moving into her spare room. It's like, okay.
Supposedly switching boroughs too, because I don't know where he was
Yeah, it
living
didn't
before
sound
this.
like he was in Brooklyn.
No.
So yeah, because he's well, Brooklyn. Yeah. Because I think he's got to take the subway to work and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. So like yeah, they become close friends after a little while. They go to this dancing class, and we see a
Yeah.
montage of them slowly getting better and becoming more friendly and with each other.
And there's a little bit of like clearly they get really close in the way they're dancing, right? It does almost seem
Right, they're
romantic
having
in the
fun.
way they're doing it. Yeah.
Yeah. And so you feel the chemistry, you feel the friendship.
Right.
Um, and then things get a little weird. Uh,
Sure do.
so yeah, Nina just suddenly gets pregnant one day.
It happens really fast, I feel. Like there's not a whole lot of breathing room before that happens.
Honestly, after when she just suddenly has the baby, I couldn't even think about anything else.
Yeah.
Because that happens like, did I miss a scene?
Yeah.
We'll go into that in a minute later. But yeah, so like when they're on at Coney Island and riding the kitty caterpillar coaster, she shows you know what? I'm gonna have this baby, but I want to have it with you. I want you to help me raise it.
You're my home or whatever. He doesn't
Yeah,
feel like home, you do.
Right. He's,
Yeah.
so George Gray is like, you can't do that to Vince. That's fucked up. I can't.
I did like that. That was a better thing to like a George. It's like, yeah, that's a good point. It's a good
Yeah.
point, George, to bring that up. Yeah.
Right. Um, but even to her credit, she's saying, I don't want to push, he will be involved with the
Right.
baby because he's the father, but I just don't want to raise the baby with him. So it's like,
Yeah.
I don't,
Yeah.
which George kind of does too, until suddenly he watches like a dad have catch with a kid, and he's like, I kind of do want that.
Yeah.
Um,
He never thought he could. I think he says later, and then it's like, oh, maybe this is something I could have or whatever.
right. Well,
Yeah.
considering the reality of America at the time, the gay men
Right.
getting married seemed far fetched, let alone raising kids
Right.
legally or out in the open.
Yeah.
Um, or gay women for that matter. Uh,
True.
so yeah, and then things just get messier and messier. It's like the Vince Nina breakup is whew, like Vince gets
Yeah.
nasty.
I
Uh,
kind of get it though at the same time. Like I'm to be honest.
I understand the anger towards her
Right.
a little bit, but like when he starts like getting all like homophobic and just like it's you the homos and like getting in people's
Yeah.
lives
Yeah.
and it's all
Yeah.
your fault. I'm like,
True. He's just lashing out at that point. But yes, that
yeah,
was a little
because
like, whoa.
that we'll get into Vince later, but he's not like a bad guy. He's just
Right. He's not.
not
Yeah.
for her.
Yeah.
Uh,
They don't mesh well
but like
together.
in Nina's defense too, like George sort of accidentally leads her on at times. So
You
like there's that,
think?
yeah, accidentally. So like there's that moment at like the crib store where George and
Right.
he run into an old fling played by the guy from
Yeah.
Suits. Um, and Nina tells George it's okay to invite guys over, reminding George this isn't a marriage. And George
Right.
says it's okay. And Nina asks him if he misses men, and George says sure, but he doesn't miss them when he's with her. So it's like, hmm, you know. So,
Yeah, I guess so.
so like,
But
okay, I can
yeah,
understand why a moron who is just raging with hormones and
there
doesn't
you
know
go.
better in 1998 might think this means something more than it actually does.
Right.
But like, then shit gets like really weird, and they're cuddling in bed, and they do this like slight kissing, and she starts undressing him, and he's like letting it happen. And like,
Yeah, until the phone rings.
yeah, it's like, you know what? If they both haven't had sex in a very long time, I could understand. It probably would have been helpful if we'd seen them drinking or something. Like, I could maybe
Right.
understand that a little more. Like, we're just
Her
feeling
pregnant
sensation.
wouldn't work, but yeah. Uh, but I get what you're saying. And then of course he's being very secretive about, the phone call and
Well, he's just like he can't handle the idea. He admits it soon after, but not while he's on the phone that he's talking to his ex-boyfriend.
right. And then even when he does start dating Paul, right?
Yes, he keeps
He's
that.
he's a bit secretive about that stuff as well. But he does seem to on the bridge scene seem to be like he made this commitment and that's his hang up that he feels like he's betraying that commitment or whatever.
Right, and like so that's why he's keeping it a secret, and she's getting very resentful. She like gives him like the third degree at brunch one day. And she's
Yeah.
like, you couldn't call he was out drinking with college friends supposedly, and she's like, you couldn't come home, like there wasn't a cab to be found,
Right.
and it's like, what happened to this isn't a marriage? What the fuck is
Ye-
this?
Yeah, for sure. But that's clearly she's caught those kind of feelings, right?
Yeah,
So
um,
insanely enough, even though like even her
I'll
sister is
I'll
like,
tell you. I'll tell you the character, and we'll get more into him later, that really kind of saved this movie from being a total train wreck for me was Rodney,
oh yeah,
the
the
critic.
police officer,
No,
right? No,
that's Lewis.
that's Lewis. That's never mind. Sorry.
Rodney is the old gay theater critic who's living
Oh
with
yeah,
Paul.
right. Gotcha. The dude from Demolition Man.
Oh, yes, Dr.
Yeah,
Cocteau. I am
yeah,
proud of you for
yeah.
picking that up.
Mr. Edgar Friendly. Yes.
There you go.
Yep.
And he talks to Nina, and he has a heart to heart
Yeah.
at
He's the one
Thanksgiving.
that gets to say the title.
Yeah, did you do the Leo point?
Yep. There it is. Yeah.
Yeah, he's just like, don't become me. you need to find someone that's just for you because you look at this table, it's you're all surrounded by gay men. There are no other women here. They will pair off and you will be alone.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay.
You need
So
someone that
this
returns that interest, that
right, and this is
mutually.
and this is the point where I was talking to my girlfriend about this and she's like pointing out like from this is very relatable from like a friend zone point of view. You just all of a
Sure.
sudden you're in the friend zone, you don't realize it, and I'm like, yeah, okay, that's relatable. I understand that point of view. Where
Right.
like you want this to become more someday, it's just never going to happen, and
Yeah.
it takes you forever to realize it.
To realize that.
Thankfully, I picked up on all this out after high school. I'm like, I'm never doing this again.
Right.
This woman is like, in her late 20s. Like, okay, it's a little late for this, but whatever. It's
It's
relatable.
it's a little bit easier. You get the relatable, but like I don't know, something about the friend zone um makes a little bit more sense. This is like a little bit weirder with the whole gay component of it. You know what I mean? Like that's like a little bit more like I don't know, friend zone, you can get that delusion. This one's a hard delusion to get over and it's uncomfortable, you know?
Well, yeah, especially we're more evolved now. But in 1998, I could stand like, there weren't like Will and Grace isn't on there yet, you know?
Yeah, yeah,
It can't be undersold enough. Like what a big deal Will and Grace was for like the culture
sure. Yeah,
and just like the acceptance of just like gay people being gay is normal and just an everyday
right,
thing. So like the pre Will and Grace and post Will and Grace is just two totally different worlds.
right.
When did Will and Grace start?
Was it
Another
98,
NBC? No, I don't think so.
99, something like that? Wasn't it late 90s? Or was it a 2000 thing?
1998. Holy shit,
98.
Tim. Good
Okay,
for
well,
you.
yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
there you
thank
go.
you.
So it's
Okay,
we're still in the this was made like 97. So like
right.
so there you go.
Well, clearly
Uh,
there's a lot more, right? And then we already said Chasing Amy is 97, right? So there's already a lot more.
yeah, we're beginning.
It's coming, right?
Yeah.
The dominoes are falling, the mediums are coming for it. Yeah.
Yeah. Um so yeah, like there's some other good stuff. Like I
In the
it,
romance category,
well, in
I
that
feel like
it
some
makes
of
me
it's in
feel
the
emotions.
periphery, right?
It makes me feel emotions. It makes me feel emotional. Like I'm doing the awes. It's not. I'm not saying
Okay.
it's like not awe like in a great way. Like I'm getting like there's that scene where like Rodney after Thanksgiving, Rodney says it's time for he and Paul to go, and Paul's
Yeah.
like, I think I kind of want to stay. And you see, this is what Nigel Hawthorne, an amazing actor. It's just like the subtle act. This is what this guy was ready for this role. The
Right.
subtle heartbreak on his face,
He does it again
which
too
is
when
so
he
dignified
sees
about it too. At the
them
same time,
outside from his window. I think they're
yeah,
like getting a cab or something. You see it on his face there too. Which yeah, you really feel that moment. Um, and the one time that I thought I got a little like oh was towards the end in the kind of epilogue section at the end, right?
hmm
Where they're kind of like, of course you come, your family, like come over. So he's finding friendship, right? Because
yeah.
clearly he's just lonely.
He's terrified of being alone. This is why he
Yeah.
lets, or wants Paul to live with him because it's just better than being alone. And
Yeah.
it's like, oh man, you know?
Yeah. So yeah, I get that. And like some of their friendship stuff is you
Yeah,
know,
like the dancing, and they
yeah,
reconnect with dancing on the wedding at the
the
wedding,
wedding.
and then they have the
Yeah.
big heart to the final heart to heart, which is like, what she realizes that what she and George has isn't real. She wants him to love her and marry her, but she knows that can't happen. And
Yeah.
George is like, yeah, I want Paul, which I don't understand why. And George, like, he's like, you're the last person I want, or her doesn't want to lose her, but things can't stay the same.
Yeah, but he's even like, I could stay to help you with the baby in the beginning. It's like she's finally like, no, you need to leave. Like,
Okay, but like, so they're having this heart to heart at the wedding, right?
yeah.
And then then the scene just ends, and then all of a sudden, bam, we're at the hospital.
There's a
He is
thing you
still wearing his
missed.
tux.
Yeah, no, you there's like
I
it
missed
like
something.
she kind of like reaches out and there's like a sound of some kind, not exactly a water
I
break
missed the
sound,
water
but
break.
there's like
Okay.
yeah, there's like they give you the impression that's what just happened.
Okay. I must have been typing notes or something because
Yeah,
I saw
yeah.
it. I'm like, what? What happened? What you?
Yeah.
This is the same
It's
day?
quick. It's very quick.
Oh,
So I can
okay.
see how you missed it for
All
sure.
right.
But
Thank you.
that's basically
That makes
they
me feel
intimate
better. I
that.
was like, did
Yeah.
I miss a scene? What the
Yeah.
hell?
No. Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, then we
It
get the
was quick.
epilogue, which is very cute. You have slightly grown up, her daughter Molly, played by baby Sarah Hyland, who will go on to be in the oldest daughter in Modern Family,
Yeah.
singing the solo for Desiree's "You Gotta Be," which is just like the '90s. Yeah,
He's
uh,
principal now. George is
of a
principal
different
now.
school, a public school in Brooklyn.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
I didn't catch that part. Okay.
yes, I did. Vince would be. There's no way Vince is letting his daughter go to a private school. I Yeah, we'll get into him later.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Lena is with this Lewis, the nice cop guy, who's just there, I think, to make us feel better about her not being alone.
Well, clearly I
Just
felt bad for Lewis, man. He clearly was like interested,
and
went
very
out of
confused
his
by the George thing.
way. Yeah, drove her home off duty kind of deal and was very, yeah, very confused by all that. And like they run into each other again. Um, and you can see him trying to figure it all out. And it's like, here's an actual available guy, seems like a really good guy. He's actually interested in you. And so it just makes you more annoyed at Nina, I think. But
She
yeah,
had a
so that's
lot going on at
nice.
the time. Like she's like
Sure.
when she runs into it the second time, it's literally when she's like coming to terms with Vince after
Yeah.
a long time apart. So it's like I can understand why she's not in the headspace. I'd be curious to how
Yeah.
they actually eventually reconnected, but whatever. Anyway,
Yeah.
yeah. So like at the end, George is now Uncle George. And he's carrying Molly home with Nita, and he and Paul will come over for dinner with Rodney on Saturday, and it's like, oh. So
Yeah.
yeah, to score this though,
Yeah.
like I said, like it's not bad. It's just extremely awkward, and
I
it's
mean,
it's a
again,
fascinating
yeah.
friendship
Hmm.
that like teeters on the possibility of being something more, but we all know it really can never be anything
It
more
can
than it
never
is.
be. So it's love without that kind of, sexual intimacy love. But it's
Right.
like more of like almost like a friendship kind of love and learning, the difference between the two and all that kind of stuff, I guess. I don't know. It's not exactly a traditional romance, and I guess
Nope.
it's fine. It's just tough for this kind of category and this kind of a season and is
Which is how I graded it. Fine. I gave it a 2.5, a generous 2.5.
that is generous. I went two again.
Okay, I
Yeah,
think we're gonna have very close scores here.
I think so.
Comedy. Thank God for Alan Alda.
Yeah, woo, yeah. The two of them are
Yeah,
doing all the heavy
all the
lifting.
heavy lifting. Yeah,
Yeah, great.
100%.
It's rough. When they're not on screen, you feel it. Like it's like Paul Rudd is like I think there might have been like maybe a couple of times where he gets to ooze out a little bit of that charming kind of.
They
Uh,
never let him be truly goofy in
they
this
never
movie.
let him off,
Yeah.
let him to do it. You know what I mean? So it's only maybe comes through a couple of times, and it's just not enough. So the only times that I actually like made any kind of chuckle, maybe, is from those two. I mean, yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah, looking at all this, it's almost entirely all Alan Alda or
Yeah,
Allison Janney. So Sydney telling George his first grade play of The Little Mermaid had grit. It's got
yeah,
grit. And I'm like, what? And I
yeah.
think Constance's like, what? Grit? I'm like, yeah, it's good. And then Sydney, once again, more like uh, glazing George is like, who cares if I can get Fidel Castro $1 million to write his diary? You're fighting for the future of the country. I'm like, who talks about teachers this way?
Yeah. And again, they're all really enthralled with his play. It's just what? And I guess too, there's like something about is George interested in being a writer or something? Because
George is not.
it sounded like that almost.
Jolie is.
I know Jolie is, but I thought he said something about Paul or George's career too, so that was a little confusing. But yeah,
Well, because
um,
as the school, at the school, where
yeah, okay,
get better
maybe that's
connections
it.
with the rich parents at the Brinkley School, it's a good idea.
Right.
Um, Sydney, yeah, you have just like I love when Constance is like, oh, Sydney represents RuPaul, so maybe we can all get together for dinner sometime. And I was like,
Yeah.
this is perfect. This is
Yeah.
90s, like, oh, that other gay person? We can all be friends.
Yeah.
You
To be
know?
fair, there's a lot. That kind of stuff too reminds me of just kind of women in general. We're like, oh, you two like sports. You
This
could
is the
be
Chris
best
Rock
friends
joke.
too.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
I love at the dinner party. I love this guy. He comes up twice. Stephen Saint, who Constance tries to push onto Nina,
Oh yeah, yeah,
and
yeah,
like the first words out of his mouth when he meets Nina is like, "Very fresh and natural." Looking at
yeah.
Nina, it's like,
I thought
why?
the last one where he comes back around was crazier. What did
It
he
is
say for
crazier,
that
and I
one?
wrote that up too.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna do it right now.
Yeah.
It
Yeah. Yeah.
is hold on. Where is it? Oh yeah. When they seated next to each other at dinner at the Hamptons, him and Nina, and
Yeah.
he's like,
Fully pregnant.
yes, it's like I've done heavy therapy, taken up yoga, and quit advertising, and I'm ready to be the father of your child.
Yeah. It's like, whoa. Yeah. Like, how is that not a red flag, Constance? What do you like? Still
I
pushing that.
honestly, at the first one he said, when he's like, very fresh and natural, I had to pause the movie and take Penny for my dog for a walk. Like,
Yeah.
I just like, nope.
um, what? Who's the 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 brother sets him up with that doctor?
The
That he
ear,
was that
nose, and
was a
throat
couple.
man.
Yeah, that stuff was funny a couple times
Let me ask
too.
you a question. So, like, this is I wrote this up in this category because I'm like, is this a blowjob joke? Because he's like insisting, no, you don't understand. It's an ear, nose, and throat man. I'm like,
That's what I was assuming.
right? I'm like,
Yeah,
is
that's what
this
I
just
was
like
assuming.
a bad blowjob, or is it?
Yeah.
I don't. I can't decide
I
if that's
and I liked the performance of that role and how
Bruce
kind
Altman.
of yeah, how he was just he kind
Did
of
anyone
went
ever
for
tell you you look
it.
like a peach?
Yeah. He was very like going for it,
I
going
got the
over the
leather
top of it.
vest. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I enjoyed that
I
performance. I
was
did.
like the place that they go in to meet on their date, their blind date, is so quiet. I thought it was a coffee bar, so it took me by surprise when I saw Paul Rudd had a beer in his hand. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, okay, but
Yeah.
still, I'm like, why is this so quiet? This is weird. And then I saw there was like some guy's got like a leather daddy hat on in the background, and I'm like,
Yeah.
but like everyone else is dressed like it's the coffee shop from Friends, which is probably why I assumed it's coffee date. And I'm like, and then Bruce
It's
Altman
just a
appears with the
style.
leather vest. I'm like, what the fuck
Yeah.
is this?
And then he ends up with the crib guy, doesn't he end up being with the crib guy towards later on in the movie or something?
No, he
Is that
hooks up with
Oh, that's right.
George's crush from
Right.
freshman year, who he talked
Right.
about Walt Whitman with.
But poetry with. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
he
yeah.
had a
Yeah.
girlfriend at
Okay.
the time and whatever.
Yeah.
Uh, and which is a good joke too. Then because because he told Paul that story, and then that guy appears. He's like looking up. Paul,
Yeah.
Paul. That's one of the funnier Paul Rudd moments in the movie.
Yeah.
Um, Big deal. Everybody's gay now. So you tell him, Mr. Shapiro.
Oh yeah.
And it's like lawyers are the worst people. Marry me, honey. I was in children's footwear. What?
Yeah, that scene was pretty nutty because the old lady too was kind of funny.
Yeah, yeah, the Latino lesbian or something or other.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's proud
some
or whatever.
abbreviation. Yeah,
Yeah, we're loud, we're proud or whatever. She does
yeah.
like the whole thing and
Get used to
yeah,
it. Yeah. Um. Yeah. I swear I'm hotter than a goat in China. Very funny. Alan Aldrich's line. Uh, why does everything have to be about sex with you? You can get close to a woman without sleeping with her. Really? Seems to me. Steve Zahn gets to be funny. All right.
yeah. Another
Uh,
shame he's not given much.
Nothing. But it's
Yeah,
he's still early in this big year for Steve Zahn in 1998, by the way.
yeah. Is this that thing you do same year or what?
Hold on. I'm gonna pull this up real quick. This will not take me long, I promise. But like for instance, one of my all-time favorite movies, Out of Sight, is in the same year.
Yep.
Um, hold on. Yeah.
You're a
Okay. So
fan.
1998, he appears in an episode of From the Earth to the Moon, Then the Object of My Affection, Out of Sight, uh, Safe Men, I don't know off the top of my head. You've Got Mail, he's in this year.
Oh, I didn't realize he was in that one. I guess it's been a while.
He works at the bookstore.
Ah,
We'll come back to that later.
I'm sure we will. Yeah.
Yes, he will. Um, anyway, no sense of you two boys being on top of each other. Mrs. Skinner at the hotel. The
Oh
but
yeah.
the that line isn't funny, but the look on Tim Daly's face, he looks up. That made me laugh.
Okay.
Um, Alan Alda again. Anybody who bolts from the Hamptons is okay with me. I hate it here.
Yeah. It's so
I, I,
pretentious or
I just
whatever.
yeah, yeah. And then
Yeah. And then
if I
was
wasn't
he
a happily
complaining about
married
how
man,
hot it was in the apartment too,
let's
which I
say I'm
thought was
hotter
really
than a goat in
funny.
China.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
If I wasn't happily married and you weren't my wife's stepsister, I'd have an affair with you in a second.
yeah.
I just think you're great. Sydney's the
Yeah.
best.
It's great.
Oh, I like when they go to see the bad Romeo and Juliet production,
Yeah, that
and
his
I just
boyfriend
love
is in or
all
whatever.
the looks on Rodney's face. He's like, "Oh
Oh
God."
yeah. And he gets punched by the director because he's talking trash about it.
Did you recognize that actor, by the way?
No.
Oh, that is. Hold on. That is. Remember Ozark?
Yeah.
He was the lawyer fixer guy who worked for that other like senator or something like that, or Congress. I forget what it was.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
yeah,
worked
yeah.
had a lot of scenes with what's his name? Uh, no, with what's her name? Sorry, Laura Linney.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Um, sorry, I'm just trying to see if I can find his name real quick. It doesn't really matter. I'm sorry. Anyway, is that nope? It's gonna bother me. I
Fascinating
apologize.
podcasting there. Yeah.
I know, I know. It's Damian Young. I just want to give the man his
Okay.
respect.
Fair enough.
Um, Anyway, yeah, and then at the play, that's where Dr. Goldstein is back for the third time because they
Yeah.
also meet at like a school function or something like that.
Yeah.
That's where that scene where you talked about. Um, oh, and then I like when Rodney and Paul show up to Thanksgiving and the downstairs neighbor rips open her window to yell at Rodney for like, saying Les Mis is great and Andrew Lloyd Webber is a genius. And Rodney's like, because he's a very critical critic.
Yes, he very much is. He doesn't seem to like what he does at all.
Mm.
But I guess we'll talk more about him
Doesn't
later.
seem to like anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what'd you give this?
I gave it a one. This movie wasn't funny. Like,
I gave it a two. It made me laugh a couple times.
did
Alan
it?
Alda is funny.
Yeah, but like I don't know. I don't know if there was anything that like I might have gotten a chuckle here or
It's
there,
it's it's
maybe,
almost
but
it's funny. The absence of jokes from this movie made the few that popped up made me appreciate them more than I probably should.
really?
Yeah, I
Maybe.
was like, oh, I laughed. Oh my God. It's like someone woke me up from a sleep.
I don't, I think I only really remember audibly doing it once, maybe the whole time. And it might have been the goat comment. I don't think so, right? And there's some stuff that maybe made me get a smirk or a smile. That's about it. I didn't think this movie was very funny.
No, it's not very funny at all.
Yeah.
Okay, so supporting characters.
This is where I think the movie does the best for sure.
Yeah. So you have Alan Alda and Allison Janney, who we already talked at length
Yeah.
about. Love them. They're the best part of this movie.
Yeah, without a doubt.
So much talent, these two. What
Yeah.
legends. Heck of an age gap between the two of them. But
Yeah, I was wondering that. Yeah.
uh, who cares? They're great.
Yeah. Agreed.
Um, I don't think, yeah, is there anything we need to say that we haven't talked about with them already? I don't think so, right?
I don't think so. I don't know. I think that's about it. I mean, yeah, Constance is pretty funny with always trying to set her up. That she seems to be wanting a certain kind of life for Nina kind of stuff. And she definitely doesn't like when when Nina tries to make her be a little bit more reflective about about her situation and her relationship
She's the
with
only one who calls her out to her face, which I really
yeah.
appreciated.
Yeah. So yeah, I thought that kind of stuff was interesting. I thought it was also interesting about Alda's character being
Sydney.
being clearly like I don't really like this whole lifestyle that I'm kind of in. Like, um,
He seems to disdain the rich, but he loves to name drop at the same time.
yeah, and he
So,
still owns like a house in the Hamptons and all. Like, he still has like
right,
pretty
he's
big
filthy rich.
wealth, but at the same time, he's kind of like, yeah, but I don't really fit in here, and I don't really like it that much either.
Right.
So it's funny.
So Tim Daly playing Dr. Robert Joly is a
Yeah,
boring, pretentious snob.
yeah.
Um, like I said, I'm assuming George is only staying in this relationship for the dick. Uh,
I guess it's that good that he's just completely not seeing
Oblivious
it, the
to what a jerk
flaws.
he is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that he's a complete jerk.
I
He's
mean,
definitely self-important and selfish in the way he thinks.
he breaks up with George because he has eyes on one of his students, and he missed
Yeah.
George's play because he was busy talking to that student about breaking up with his girlfriend.
Yeah.
And that student ends up going back to that girl after he breaks up with Jolie.
And then
Jolie
he
hates
wants to go
all
back.
musicals, finding them middle-brow, populist, and frankly dangerous. I was like,
What?
what's what is your deal?
Yeah. I don't know. The critics just seemed interesting. In like
I really enjoyed Rodney just ripping into him during the critic meeting or whatever, the critic conference.
yeah.
And that was one of the better. Paul Rudd just gets to laugh out loud just watching it happen
Yeah, and that's the meet cute of sorts with him
with
and
Paul.
Paul.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. John Pankow as Nina's boyfriend, baby daddy Vince, the public
Yeah.
defender. Vince fills up a room and seems to be a sweet guy with a good heart, but he's incredibly pushy and always knows best.
He's kind of suffocating with it of
Yeah,
sorts. Yeah.
I think I could hang with Vince, but I admit it would play better in spurts.
Yeah. Doses for sure.
Yeah, I definitely
Yeah.
share. I think you'd have a lot of great politics that he and I could like rap about.
Yeah. We would agree on a lot of stuff, but
Right.
I could see how like, okay, yeah,
I
we've
need you to
had our time
bring it
now.
down now. Yeah.
Yeah,
We
exactly.
just talk
Yeah.
about like sports or something for a few minutes. Like,
Yeah. Not everything has to be so intense. Um,
yeah.
yeah, and I totally see her view and her dislike of the way, Vince goes about things. Um, it almost seems like it's conflicting with her drive of wanting independence.
Yeah.
Um, but I think at the same time, Nina's really bad at explaining that
Communicating.
and
Yeah.
communicating that issue.
Yeah.
So it's never like Vince really ever got a chance to really fix any of that. Although still seems to realize, I see why you were mad or whatever at the end, right? Because he does eventually come back, like he has his anger spurts, but he does be like, "Hey, basically, I'm sorry about all that, and I still want to be in this kid's life."
Yeah. I'll
Um,
always love you, but I
yeah,
understand. Yeah.
and
We're
yeah,
not
and
going to
he,
work.
yeah. So it's like an interesting journey that kind of Vince goes on there.
It is.
Yeah,
Yeah. I, so what was the first thing you can think of when you see John Pankow? I'm just curious.
I don't know.
Do you go to Secret
No,
of My Success? Do
it's
you,
been a while
do you
since
go
I
to Mad
saw
About
that
You?
movie.
I don't think you
Uh,
ever saw It to Live and Die in LA.
no, yeah, didn't see that one. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, good call on Secret by Success, but I haven't thought about that movie in a long time. Good movie.
We saw it a lot.
Hmm.
Then you have Nigel Hawthorne playing Rodney Fraser, a gay,
Yeah,
respected but harsh critic.
I think
Uh,
he's like the next kind of best part of the movie.
yes, he is
He
my
he
second favorite
brings a
part of this.
lot of
He
the
kind of
next
ties the
emotional
movie into
heart.
being exactly. He makes
Yeah,
the movie make sense to me.
yeah,
Um, he has a similar relationship or with Paul as Nita and George have, except they're both gay.
right.
And it just seems like a very lonely guy who just is like would rather be have this situation than have nothing at all.
Yeah, he needs some
And
kind of
it's very
connection.
heartbreaking, and I love him. He's great.
Yeah, I agree. I think we kind of hit at most of his points in his some of his best moments.
Hmm.
And you do kind of get a little bit of a happy thing. Like he's still a welcome thing. He does get
He's
company.
family.
He's being
Yeah,
invited. Like that was nice.
yeah. Baby Steve Zahn playing Frank, George's younger brother, younger doctor brother, who has a new fiance every other week.
Yeah, this was an underbaked idea and character.
It was like, oh, that's a funny idea that they never ever execute correctly.
Yeah, like ever.
Yeah.
And you really could have let Steve Zahn cook a little bit more. I mean, the dude has so much ability that you're not really letting him do, or even have him play with this idea more. Um, so it was just kind of like, I guess it was hard to love it because you see the wasted potential in it, was my biggest hang up in it.
Yeah. Well, you know me. I'm a huge Steve Zahn fan. I
Yeah.
loved Strange Wilderness.
A man in a very nice camper.
Oh, well, that thing you do is an all-timer, of
Yeah.
course. Um, anyway, uh, I don't know how to say this gentleman's name because he didn't have a very long career. So Amo Ganello,
Oh, is that
plays Paul
Paul?
James, a struggling
Yeah.
actor who lives with Rodney as a friend. He hits it off with George, and frankly, I don't get them as a couple at all.
Yeah. Yeah. Other than it seems like Paul really, I mean, George seems really into him, but I
That's
don't
yeah.
really get it.
I wonder if that
Yeah.
was weird for Paul Rudd being in love with another character who is named Paul, and he's got to say his
Yeah.
name and stuff. Like, oh, that's weird.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe actors get
uh,
over that because they have to deal with that kind of
Last
stuff all the
but
time.
not least, yeah, that guy Amo, whatever his name is, Amo. He had like 8 credits to his name. I think he flamed out when like with one appearance somewhere in a Sex and the City episode. I tried looking up that episode. I was
Yeah.
like, I remember the episode. It's the episode where she gets broken up with on a post-it, but I don't know what.
Who
I
he
have his
was.
character name. I have
He
no
was
idea
an
what he did in that
extra.
episode. I went to the wiki, like several different wikis, and just typed in the character name to just, search find it. I was like, didn't pop up. I'm like, really? Wow. Okay. So, anyway, last and technically least, as far as a character in this movie, but not in talent, Kevin Carroll playing Lewis the cop, the
Yeah.
nice cop. He's barely in the movie and feels like he was just like inserted, like I said, to give Nina a happy ending. I like Kevin Carroll quite a bit. He was great on The Leftovers
Yeah, I didn't see that show. Yeah.
because you suck.
Just
Uh,
see, it just looked really depressing, man.
Only the first season is very depressing,
I
and
gotta get a whole
it,
whole season of depressing. I just
it's a fascinating show in that like the first season's about like depression, the second season's about like coming out of it, and the third season's about growing past it, and it's amazing. It's great.
okay. I mean, I heard nothing but great things, but I just haven't. There's just certain movies and shows that feel daunting to me because it's so emotionally heavy that I just end up
It
putting it off and
Trust me,
not
I
watching
understand
sometimes.
some stuff like there's some user movies. I'm just like, yeah, I'm just not gonna be bummed out for 2 hours and have to be end of it. There's plenty of lighthearted, fun stuff going on. You got Tim 3 seasons of Carrie Coon. I mean, need I
Yeah.
say more?
Do
Any
we know the teacher partner? She looked familiar. She only
Yeah,
had a couple scenes, but and like
right.
he dated her for like 2 seconds too.
Callie Roca.
Yeah.
Um, yeah,
She looked familiar.
she looks familiar to me too. She's just been in a bunch. I tried to look her up. I didn't. Nothing stood out to me. I'm like, oh yeah, yeah, I remember her from that.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
she had a bunch of bit parts in like TV. Uh, yeah, she just appeared in, like an episode here or there. Nothing like, oh yeah, that
Okay.
great character. I'm looking through again. Maybe see if I
Just
missed
looked
something.
familiar. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, no, she definitely did. I had the same thought.
Okay.
She was
Maybe
an
I'm
episode
just
of Will and
confusing her with
Grace.
somebody she looks like or something.
She had 7 episodes in Buffy.
Oh,
That
is
was
that
probably
it?
it.
She was in
Yeah,
Buffy. I definitely did a lot of rewatching of Buffy, so that's probably where it is.
she was. I
Was she
what
one of the
was it?
demons? One of the demons that Anya was friends with or
I
something?
think so. I think that's
Okay.
exactly what it was. I'm
Okay.
looking up the character name right now. Exciting podcasting going on.
We can't help it. To the
Yes,
DB. That's
yes.
her. Okay.
She was a vengeance demon. Yeah,
Okay, there it
that's who it
is.
was. Yep.
Okay. Things just make so much more sense now. Okay.
Yes, it does.
Uh
So what you
I,
give this category?
this one I gave a 3.
So did I.
Okay. I thought this was it was pretty solid. I thought all the supporting characters were doing most of the heavy lifting, and some of the best stuff in the movies is from them.
Right.
So
So
it's
your
kind of
final
hard.
score was
I think it's an 8.
that's exactly what I gave
Oh,
for me.
really? That's crazy because I thought there was a couple of points that I kept going a half point lower than. But yeah, I gave it 8. So there you go. So wow, we
Wait, is
have
that what I
this.
did? I'm sorry, I might have just calculated this wrong. I
Okay.
thought I did.
Because you were like you should be like a whole point higher because I think there's two
Yeah,
categories you were a
I'm
half point
sorry.
higher
I
than.
gave it a 10. I
A
apologize.
10.
Yeah, I did two and a half, two and a half, two, three.
Okay, so it's still the lowest rated.
Yeah,
So what's you're better at math than me. What is that then?
I
I
don't
gave
have
it
the
an
list.
8. I
Oh,
gave it an 8, you gave it a
10,
10.
9. It was a 9.
9. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
That's the
You're right. Thank
very
you. I'm
simple
typing.
average.
I'm
So in
I'm
between an 8 and
looking.
a 10 is 9.
Yeah, I'm making you do it. There we go. Gosh, this is called, yeah. Gotta type it in.
So soundtrack.
Ugh.
Sting's
Ugh.
cover of You Were Meant for Me. That's it. There's nothing else
Yeah,
here.
that's it. Or I think their original version pops up too.
Yeah, by Gene Kelly. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's nothing else in this movie. It really broke some rules here as far as 90s rom-coms. Like, we don't even have soundtrack in this? Jesus.
Yeah, it's not great, man. It's a bummer. So it's like, what's the lowest possible score? I guess a 1.
I
So
gave
it's
it a
like
1,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's not. It's a bummer. It's not
Mhm.
great.
So, Winona Ryder just flat out turned this movie down.
Good for you.
Kira Sedgwick and Deborah Winger were considered for the role of Nina.
Hmm.
Considering the age difference between all of these people, is like, how long was this thing in development? Jesus.
Yeah.
Like, Deborah Winger? How old was Deborah Winger in 1998? Um, Sarah Jessica Parker and Robert Downey Jr. were initially cast as
Interesting.
Nina and George. Uma Thurman and Keanu Reeves were also set to star at one point.
That would have been weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would have been interesting, honestly, to watch Keanu try that.
Yeah, I agree. It would have been an interesting exercise. I'm not sure it would have went well, but
Well, that's right before The Matrix. So what's Keanu doing right before The Matrix? I'm trying to.
I don't think he was doing much. Wasn't he in a little bit of a swell going on there for a little bit?
Uh, I don't know, man. Yeah, Keanu has like a better career than everyone ever always thinks. Oh, so it's actually it'll be he did Devil's Advocate then The Matrix, so it would have been right
Oh
in
wow.
between
I
what
mean,
could have
people
been.
really don't like the Devil's Advocate,
And
and
they're
as we said
wrong,
earlier,
and they
they're
should
wrong.
apologize.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I swear by
Just
that movie just
pre-order
like
that
that.
4K, baby. I'm ready.
I know I'm jealous. I'm like, oh man, that could have been a nice upgrade.
I don't own it at
Because I
all, so
have it
I'm like
on I had it on
delighted.
DVD, but yeah. By the way, with that bad score, that pulls you up to a total of 51 points compared to
Hmm.
my 55.5.
Hmm.
And now we have the same amount of movies, so I've pulled ahead. Look at
I'm
me
not
go.
worried. I'm
You're
not
not
worried.
ready? You're not
No, I'm
ready?
not worried yet.
Okay, okay.
I knew
The
this was going to bring my
object of
scores
my
down.
affection definitely helped me out.
I knew it would. But I'm gonna come back strong later. It's fine.
Okay. All right.
I
Fair
got some
enough.
bangers still to come. Some real big guns.
Fair enough. I think I'd do as well, but
Um,
yeah.
so yeah, Stephen Baldwin was originally going to play Vince and got
Okay.
replaced by John Pankow after one day of work due to
Oh,
creative differences.
oh, interesting.
Stephen Baldwin got a Stephen Baldwin. That's all I can say.
Yeah, fair enough.
Patricia Clarkson turned down a role, presumably Constance, because she just straight up thought the script sucked.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know if you noticed, but that was Hayden Panettiere as the Little Mermaid in the beginning of the movie.
Oh, I did not notice. Interesting.
Hmm. And when we have older Constance and Sydney's daughter, I forget Sally, whatever,
Okay.
that is played by Paz de la Huerta.
Oh,
You remember
huh.
her from Boardwalk Empire?
Yeah.
Audra McDonald appearing here just to sing at the wedding is fucking crazy. She was already like a
Hmm.
two-time Tony Award winning actress at this point, but she had worked with the director on Broadway for a show, so I guess she just came in as a favor.
Ah,
It's
yeah.
just wild, like, whoa, she's like really talented. What are we doing here? Just this little bit. So this movie had a budget of $15 million, which is a little under $30 million in today's money. And this movie grossed worldwide a little over $46.9 million, which is a
Oof.
little over $93.2 million in today's. It was a hit.
Was it?
A
Why did I not
$15 million
see
budget,
this? Oh
46. I
yeah.
remember that's good money on a $15 million budget.
I mean,
Um, in
ugh.
its debut weekend, The Object of My Affection came in at number two. The number one movie that weekend was City of Angels in its second week of release.
So
Girl
tough.
Meg,
Yeah. What month was
own
this
the
again?
90s.
What month
What?
did it come out? What month?
April.
Oh
April of
wow.
98.
I would have thought this would like be a February release.
Uh,
Interesting.
Other movies released that weekend was Paulie, which came in at number five. Jay Moore voices a parrot named Paulie who
Oh
recounts his
wow.
travels to look for his original owner.
Wow.
Jay Moore, remember him?
Yeah.
um, Major League 3, Back to the Minors, came in at number 10.
Okay.
Not a good movie, but not as bad as you might think.
Yeah, you
Some
like
stuff in it I like.
had a soft spot for it. It seemed like, but you could definitely be like, hey, I pulled out somebody that I really liked in that movie before any of the rest of you liked him.
Goggins. Goggins, yeah.
Yeah, you
Um,
called that early.
well, I didn't fall for Goggins in that movie. I fell for the Shield. I was like, yo, this guy is phenomenal.
Yeah, but I remember you liking him then. But yeah,
Yeah, he plays the hotshot
right.
player on the team. Um, we also had a small debut for a movie Tim and I love. Suicide Kings
Mm.
premiered that weekend. And one of the most notorious bombs in movie history, Sour Grapes, the Steven Weber movie, written and directed by Larry David, premiered that week.
Wow.
That movie made less than like 300 grand, I think. And it was only
Dang.
on theaters for 2 weeks.
Oof.
Yep.
Crazy, man.
Yep.
Wow.
So, Tim, what are we watching next week?
We're gonna watch French Kiss.
Oh, Meg. It's time to get our Meg on.
Yeah, it's time to do it. I don't have we haven't done a Meg Ryan yet, right?
Mm-mm.
We're overdue to get a Meg Ryan movie in, right? As we were saying, she had a lot and a lot of good ones.
Meg Ryan
And
owned the 90s.
so everybody leave us alone about our Meg Ryan picks.
Hey, my Meg Ryan pick is perfectly justified and arguably the best of the bunch. Yours is,
I disagree.
I
I
love
think
French
I am
Kiss, but it's
taking crazy pills about this. Everybody really seems to love You've Got Mail, and I'm like, what? I don't understand. Like, what world am I living in?
this one.
I
This
thought
one
we
where
all
You've Got
agreed
Mail
it wasn't great when it came out, and for some odd reason, people are like, "Oh no, good movie." I'm like, "What?"
it's a really good movie, Tim.
All right, I need to rewatch because I only saw it the one time and I was like, pass, and I didn't rewatch it again.
You're
So,
gonna learn.
I guess so. I think you're crazy. French Kiss is an amazing movie. I love this
Amazing?
movie. I love this movie. I do. I'm a fan. Um, and I have purchased it. I own it. So there you go.
I'm so proud of
You should.
you.
You should. It's a good movie.
I who's the oh yeah, yeah. Number one Timothy Hutton fan, Tim Callahan. Can't get enough of that Tim Hutton. So you got anything else?
No, man, that's all I got.
All right. That is it for us. Please share your support for the podcast by leaving a review on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Play Music, or wherever you happen to listen to the show. Also, sharing is caring. Be sure to follow us on social media to get the latest show updates. You can contact us by emailing at filmbrochamp@gmail.com or find us by searching for the hashtag FilmBroChamp. Thank you for listening to this episode of Film Bro Championship Podcast. It's not goodbye. It's just till we meet again.
Peace out, everyone.